What is up, everyone? It's Joe from Get Good Drums, and today is a very exciting day. It's been an exciting week because we released the One Kit Wonder metal kit. I'm sure you've seen it around. People are already uploading some really great content on social media, which we've just been loving to see. But I thought I'd sit down and sort of walk you through it, what the kit is, the choices behind everything, and what it sounds like, and what you get with it. So, this is the kit UI. It's very red, very striking, and as you can see, it's very metal. We've got a grand total of 4 toms, a snare, a kick, hi-hat, 2 splashes, 3 crashes, a ride, and a China cymbal. And as you can see, the 2 floor toms are actually in this sort of symmetrical layout, which sounds really cool because you can do sort of like tribal stuff and it's filling up the stereo field. Just sounds sick. So let's talk through what's what. The kit itself is a Tama Star Classic Bubinga kit. The kick is 22 by 16. Let's check out what that sounds like. So as you can hear, it's got all those sort of characteristics you'd look for in a metal kick. It's nice and attacky, it's got that click, and it's got all the low-end information you'd want for a really sort of dense, heavy mix. So the toms are 10 by 9, 12 by 10, 14 by 14, and 16 by 16 inches. So I'll just play through those. As you can hear, it's got the signature GGD, just immaculate tom tuning. And same as the kick, really, they've got that sort of high-end information you want on toms to cut through the mix, as well as that beautiful sustained note that'll give it that tonal characteristic. Just perfect metal tone. So the snare is a 14 by 8 Pearl Vinnie Paul signature. Those of you who have been with us for longer probably know we've already sampled this snare in 2 other libraries. We had it in Invasion, where it was tuned to a low C, and we had it in Modern and Massive, where it was tuned higher. And the reason we put it in this one is because Nolly felt, one, it just sounds killer, and it really delivers the sort of tone we wanted for this metal release of One Kit Wonder. And he said to me when we were sampling it, he loves how they sound in Invasion and Modern and Massive, but he felt that we hadn't yet sampled it in the tuning it really sings at, and that's why he wanted to use it for this. And as you can hear, it just sounds unreal. And I found something really interesting about this snare is that you can really sort of attenuate the amount of body you get by how hard you program your MIDI. The higher you go, it almost sounds like you're putting sort of a transient designer on it and turning down the sustain a bit. So if you want that really snappy, attacky snare, don't be afraid to program it, you know, with the velocities really high. But then if you want some more body, just lay back on them a bit, you'll still get the attack. And that's just something I found to be really sort of a useful tool in using this kit. So moving on to the cymbals. Another first for us at GGD, we've got Peisty cymbals. Let's start with the hi-hats. The hi-hats are the Peisty 20 Custom Metal 14 inches. Really sick sounding hi-hats. They've got the sort of nice modern fidelity you want, but then also they've got the body and trashiness that you want for metal. I'll just pop into the mapping and play through the different articulations. So moving on to the crash cymbals. The crash cymbals are all, if you wonder why I'm looking down, I've got it listed so I don't mess it up. The crash cymbals are Peisty again, Formula 602 Modern Essentials. We've got 17, 18, and 19. Beautiful sounding cymbals. They've got that nice sort of stick attack and sort of like an explosive quality at the beginning, which I really like. And that sort of adds to the aggressiveness you'd want in a metal mix. You can hear we got the different pitches that you get with different size cymbals, so you can pick and choose really what you want your cymbals to sound like. Moving on to the ride, this is the Peisty 20 Custom Metal 22-inch. And Nolly said this is maybe his new favorite metal ride, which is pretty cool to have it eternalized in something like this. Mad stick definition on the bow, and the bell is something else. Just sick. It sounds so good with blast beats. China is the Peisty 20 Custom Thin 18-inch China. This thing sounds really fierce. I love it. It's just got this really fierce, fiery, sort of aggressive, gnarly quality that I haven't really heard in another China. All right, and then moving on to the splash cymbals. They are both Peisty 2002 splashes, and we have a 10 and 8-inch. Just beautiful, beautifully pitched, defined splashes. So, let's pop into the settings tab to see what we have articulation-wise. As with our other One Kit Wonder series, they do have slightly less articulations than our full-fledged libraries like Invasion or Modern and Massive. Again, this is done with the aim of cutting down variables, cutting down the amount you have to install, cutting down the CPU load, stuff like that. But we still give you everything that you would want for the product. As you can see with the kick, we've got left, right, and double kick. This means you can individually program the right and left kick pedal. As you can see, we've got that here. That's the left auxiliary pedal, and then the right main pedal. Or you can use this double kick articulation. And in combination with this double kick slider here, you can set the threshold at which it registers fast double kick and will automatically switch it to do alternating right and left feet. That makes it sound really realistic, because you'd think it's the same kick drum, both feet are going to sound the same, but no. You'll be surprised at how different they sound. Even, it was even tuning, the same heart, the same velocity being hit, but you can hear the difference in the tonality. It's subtle, but that subtlety makes it sound really realistic when utilized in fast double kick. The snare, we got hit and cross stick. Already gone through the hat, done the ride. Toms, you've just got hits on all of them. Crashes, you've got hits and chokes of all of them. Same on China. Same on splashes. Moving on, this is what the mixer looks like. You can route these out individually if you wish, so you can process them. We've sort of got things bundled together. So kick, snare, Tom 1, Tom 2, Tom 3, Tom 4, overhead, and room. As I just said, you can route them out if you wish to process them further. Parallel and master EQ. The parallel means parallel compression. This is a form of processing often done in drum mixes, and it helps bring some more sustain to the drum mix. And then the master EQ is just that, an EQ that Nolly applied to the master output, which just sort of gives it some more polish and sheen and some subtle EQ moves where he thought it was needed. To display this, why not jump into the Groove Player and see what we get? So with a purchase of the One Kit Wonder Metal Kit, you get both free groove packs, which are 12 songs with lots of grooves in all of them, and you get 2 of those. Some of these come with 21, some with 18, some with 23. And then you also get 1 free song from the Anoop MIDI pack and 1 free song from Matt's first MIDI pack that he's done. So let's go to Anoop's, and there we go. So let's use this to toggle the parallel and master EQ so we can hear what those are doing. Cool. So as you can hear, the parallel adds some body and sustain and some more life to the room mics and the overheads, and the master EQ just provides those final EQ touches Nolly wanted to apply. As you can hear, this kit does use reverb. And you can adjust this in the mixer under the balance. You've got this reverb slider here that Nolly has dialed in. It's worth noting that in Contact, the reverb and parallel and master EQ are by default routed through the first stereo channel. So if you want to isolate those, start your kick from the second channel onwards, and then all that will be on the first. Well, there we have it. That's the new One Kit Wonder metal drum library from Get Good Drums. We are obviously super stoked with it. I love it. I've obviously been using it a while before the release, testing it and whatnot, and I've just found it to be so useful in writing, because that's what it's intended for. Just pull it up when the moment of inspiration hits you, and you can start writing. And as I said, it's great for things like content creation if you're doing regular updates or uploads to social media. It means you have to spend less time on mixing, which is a sucker for time when doing that kind of stuff. So I love it. I'd recommend go checking it out. You can find it for purchase at getgooddrums.com. And if you aren't, make sure to hop onto our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/GGD forum. Well, it's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you are loving this library as much as we are. Stay tuned. I can promise you there's lots more to come. All right. Peace out.